Okay, let's unpack this. Today, we're taking a deep dive into George Orwell's Animal Farm.
All right.
And we're drawing only from the text itself, looking at this story of a revolution, one that promised equality, but, well, ended up somewhere pretty chillingly familiar.
It really did.
Our mission here is to pull out the key bits, how power shifts, how truth gets completely rewritten, and how freedom itself can just change meaning entirely.
Yeah, it's fascinating how the story unfolds, step by step.
So get ready. We're going to explore some maybe surprising details and watch this farm's remarkable and ultimately heartbreaking transformation.
It's a powerful story because really, under the surface of the animal fable, it's about us. It's about how power works among people.
Exactly. Okay, let's dive straight in then. Picture this farm, manor farm, life there is.
Yeah.
It's awful.
Truly awful. Mr. Jones, the farmer, he's drunk, neglectful.
Forgetting basic stuff like shutting the pop holes for the hens.
Right. And for the animals, it's just endless work. Misery and slavery, as the book puts it.
And in this setting, we meet these key figures. You've got Old Major, who's really respected.
A wise old boar, yeah.
Then Boxer, the horse, incredibly hardworking. Clover, the mare, observant. Benjamin, the donkey, very cynical.
Doesn't believe anything will ever change, does he?
Not really. And Molly, the mare, who's quite vain, loves her ribbons.
It's the perfect storm brewing, isn't it? That level of misery just cries out for something different. The text is explicit. Their lives are miserable, laborious, and short. It really sets the stage.
And Old Major provides that spark. He calls this secret meeting, gathers all the animals.
It's in the big barn.
And his message is potent. He says humans are the only real enemy. Why? Because they consume without producing.
That's the core of it. He blames them directly for all the animals' misery and slavery.
It's a really simple, powerful argument for them, isn't it? What makes it stick so well?
I think it's that simplicity. He boils down all their suffering to one single cause, man. And then he gives them rules for the future, a vision.
Right, the warnings. Don't become like humans. No houses, no beds, no clothes, no alcohol, no tobacco.
No money, no trade. He's trying to prevent them from picking up the vices of their oppressors.
And the absolute foundation?
All animals are equal. That's the bedrock principle. It's not just about getting rid of Jones. It's about building a completely different moral society.
And it's not just a speech. He gives them a song, Beasts of England.
Ah, yes, the anthem.
Describes this golden future without humans. And the text says they sing it with wildest excitement, like 5 times in a row.
You can feel it, can't you? That energy, a song like that, it's a rallying cry. It carries the hope and the shared purpose in a way words alone can't.
It really does build that solidarity.
Absolutely essential for any movement, I'd say. It makes the dream tangible, memorable.
And that dream becomes reality, maybe faster than anyone expected. Jones's neglect gets even worse.
He forgets to feed them, gets drunk, goes on a binge.
And that's the final straw. The animals just snap. It's a spontaneous uprising.
Completely. They kick the doors in, drive Jones and his men off the farm. It's chaos, but it's liberation.
And they destroy the symbols of their oppression. The whips, the chains, the nose rings.
Burning them on a bonfire. A very symbolic cleansing.
It feels like a total reset.
Yeah.
But you mentioned the pigs earlier.
Yeah.
Even in this moment of unity, are there already signs of a new structure forming?
That's a really sharp observation because, yes, almost immediately the pigs step up. They're generally recognized as being the cleverest.
Right.
They reveal they've taught themselves to read and write. They rename the farm Animal Farm.
And then comes the big reveal, the 7 Commandments.
Painted in huge white letters on the barn wall, presented as unalterable law.
It's a quick consolidation of intellectual power, isn't it?
Yeah.
Even as they're establishing this supposedly equal society.
Exactly. It sets a precedent.
So these 7 commandments, they seem like the perfect rules, right? Whatever goes upon 2 legs is an enemy. Whatever goes upon 4 legs or has wings is a friend. All the way down to...
Number 7, all animals are equal.
It looks like the ideal blueprint. But where's the first tiny crack, the first wobble in this perfect system?
Well, I'd argue it happens almost instantly, right after the commandments are written.
What's that?
The milk. The cows have just been milked, and there are these 5 buckets of fresh, creamy milk.
Okay.
The animals wonder what will happen to it, and Napoleon, one of the leading pigs, just steps in front of it and says, "Never mind the milk, comrades. The harvest is more important."
Deflection.
Pure deflection. And when they come back from the harvest, the milk has disappeared.
Ah, so right from the start.
Right from the very start. It's minor, maybe, but it shows that the rules might not apply equally to everyone. It's the first hint that all animals are equal might have qualifications.
A very subtle but chilling first step.
It really is. It sets the pattern.
Okay, so they've got the farm. Now the hard work starts.
Yeah.
And initially, it seems amazing.
It does. The first harvest is a huge success, bigger than they ever had under Jones.
And the animals are happy, right? They feel like the food is truly their own.
There's this incredible burst of energy and cooperation. They work willingly. And Boxer is just a powerhouse.
His motto, I will work harder.
Yeah, he becomes the symbol of tireless dedication. Gets up earlier than everyone else for extra voluntary work.
What does that initial enthusiasm, especially Boxer's dedication, tell us?
It shows the power of believing in something, doesn't it? When you feel you're working for yourself, for your own community, the motivation is immense. It's the revolution's promise made real, at least for a time.
But not everyone is quite so dedicated.
No. Molly, for instance, she struggles with the work, misses the perks of the old life, sugar lumps, ribbons.
She's seen talking to one of Pilkington's men, letting him stroke her nose, and then she just vanishes.
Lured away by the promise of comfort, it shows that not everyone is willing to make the sacrifices the revolution demands. Individual desires can clash with the collective goal.
Her leaving kind of highlights the emerging differences, and the biggest difference seems to be between the pigs and everyone else.
Definitely. The pigs don't actually do manual labor. They direct and supervise because they're the brain workers.
And within the pigs, there's that rivalry. Snowball and Napoleon.
Constantly disagreeing during the Sunday meetings, the debates.
Snowball's the ideas man, right? Organizes all these animal committees, egg production committee, Clean Tails League.
Ambitious plans. And his biggest project.
The windmill.
The windmill, yeah. Generating electricity, making life easier for everyone. It's a vision of progress.
What does this clash between Snowball and Napoleon show us early on?
It's a classic power struggle, really. Idealism versus pragmatism, maybe? Snowball focuses on inspiring the animals, on grand projects. Napoleon is quieter, more calculating.
And Snowball tries to simplify things, too, for the animals who can't read well.
Yes, he boils the 7 commandments down to a single maxim.
4 legs good, 2 legs bad.
Exactly. He even has this clever explanation for why birds count a wing is for propulsion, not manipulation, so it's like a leg.
But that's simplification.
Yeah.
Does it backfire?
Well, it's easy to chant. The sheep especially take to it, bleating it for hours sometimes.
Mindlessly.
Yeah, and that mindless repetition becomes a tool later on. It drowns out thought, drowns out debate. So, good intentions, maybe, but dangerous consequences.
While Snowball's busy with committees and slogans, what's Napoleon up to? His moves seem less public.
Much less public. He shows almost no interest in Snowball's committees. But he does one very significant thing early on.
The puppies.
Yes, he takes Jessie and Bluebell's 9 newborn puppies away from their mothers, saying he'll be responsible for their education.
In secret. Upstairs in the harness room loft.
Exactly. No one knows what kind of education they're getting. It's a strategic move, looking ahead, building a power base that isn't reliant on popular opinion.
That is ominous. Compared to Snowball trying to win arguments.
Very different approaches to power. And Napoleon has another key asset, Squealer.
The mouthpiece. Brilliant talker, very persuasive.
Incredibly persuasive. He's the one sent out to explain the pigs' decisions, like why they need all the milk and apples.
Right, the brain food argument.
It's proved by science, comrades. He argues it's essential for their well-being because they are the ones managing the farm. It's a sacrifice they're making for everyone else's good.
Making privilege sound like a burden.
Precisely. And he always has that final, unanswerable argument.
Surely, comrades, you do not want Jones back.
And that stops everyone cold.
Yeah.
Fear is a powerful tool. It shuts down dissent very effectively.
It's masterful propaganda, really, justifying inequality right from the start. And with these pieces in place, the control of information, the threat of force, the fear, the power starts to really harden.
Indeed. And the first real test from the outside comes with the Battle of the Cowshed.
Jones tries to take the farm back. Comes with other farmers.
But Snowball is ready. He's studied Julius Caesar's campaigns.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, he organizes the defense brilliantly. Ambushes, tactical retreats, the animals fight bravely.
Boxer's incredible in the fight, isn't he?
Yeah.
But he thinks he killed a stable lad.
He's horrified. He didn't mean to kill anyone. It shows his fundamental decency.
But Snowball's reaction is different.
Completely different. He dismisses Boxer's feelings. War is war, he says. The only good human being is a dead one.
Wow. That's quite a shift from old Major's initial ideas.
It is a hardening, like you said. The revolution is already changing its own morality, but they win the battle decisively.
And they create military decorations. Animal hero, first class. Awarded to Snowball and Boxer.
A moment of triumph. But that underlying ruthlessness in Snowball's comment, it hangs there.
And it foreshadows the internal conflict coming to a head. The windmill debate.
Yes, the farm is divided. Snowball makes this passionate, eloquent speech arguing for the windmill. He paints this picture of a future with electric light, heating, machines doing the hard work.
And he wins them over, right? It seems like the animals are convinced.
It seems that way. But just as Snowball finishes, Napoleon makes his move.
He lets out this high-pitched whimper.
And in charge, 9 enormous dogs. The puppies he educated.
Wearing brass-studded collars.
And they go straight for Snowball, chase him out of the barn, off the farm for good, barely escapes with his life.
It's a coup, a violent takeover.
Absolutely. No more debate. Force decides the issue. The revolution has turned on itself.
And the effect is immediate. Napoleon gets up, announces major changes.
No more Sunday meetings. All decisions will be made by a special committee of pigs presided over by himself. They'll meet in private and announce the decisions later.
So, democracy, debate, gone.
Just like that.
Gone. The animals are dismayed, confused. Some of the pigs try to protest.
But the dogs let out these deep, menacing growls.
And the sheep start bleating, 4 legs good, 2 legs bad, over and over.
Drowning out any chance of opposition. Chillingly effective. How does this coup cement Napoleon's control?
It proves that power now comes from the dogs, not from persuasion or votes. Dissent is dangerous, and the rewriting of history starts immediately.
With Squealer.
Of course. Squealer goes around explaining that Snowball was actually a criminal.
And the windmill? Wasn't that Snowball's idea? Squealer claims Napoleon had advocated it all along. Snowball just stole his plans. Napoleon's earlier opposition, just tactics, cunning maneuvers to get rid of the dangerous Snowball.
It's completely twisting reality.
Total revisionism. And Boxer, struggling to understand but always loyal, comes up with his second maxim.
Alongside, I will work harder.
Now it's Napoleon is always right.
Oh, Boxer. That's heartbreaking. It shows how loyalty can be manipulated.
Yeah, it really does. When you can't trust your own understanding, you latch on to authority.
And the symbolism gets heavier, too. They dig up old Major's skull.
Mounted on a stump by the flagstaff, make the animals file past it reverently before meetings.
Like a saint's relic.
Exactly. Elevating the past, but controlling its interpretation. And Napoleon himself starts appearing less. When he does, it's more ceremonial.
Surrounded by his dogs.
Always guarded, he's becoming remote, separate, above the others, building that cult of personality.
And then disaster strikes the windmill they're building.
A huge storm blows through one night. In the morning, the windmill is in ruins.
Just piles of stone. All that work, gone.
Devastating. And Napoleon's reaction.
Instant blame. Snowball!
Snowball has done this thing. He claims Snowball crept in under cover of darkness and destroyed their work out of spite. He even finds pig footprints leading away from the site.
Manufacturing evidence.
Totally. He pronounces a death sentence on Snowball, offers rewards for his capture, and declares they will rebuild it once, no matter the cost.
Using the disaster to rally them against the enemy and demand even greater effort.
Classic scapegoating. It unites them against an external threat, distracts from the leadership's failures, and justifies more hardship.
And that hardship really bites. Rebuilding the windmill through a bitter winter.
It's brutal. They're constantly cold, often hungry. The work is grueling, especially cutting and hauling the stone.
But Boxer keeps going, I will work harder. He's the inspiration, but he's pushing himself to the limit.
He really is. Meanwhile, the pigs are consolidating their control over perception. Napoleon rarely appears in public now.
Orders come through Squealer.
Right. And they need to trade with the outside world for supplies for the windmill, which goes against the original resolutions.
How do they manage that?
They use a human solicitor, Mr. Whymper, as an intermediary, and Napoleon starts spreading rumors through Whymper that Animal Farm is prospering.
Even when rations are short.
Especially then. Squealer talks about readjustments, never reductions, and they pull this trick where they fill the food bins mostly with sand, then top them with grain, so Whymper gets the impression of abundance.
Wow. Creating a completely false reality for the outside world.
Managing the narrative is everything.
Then comes a direct challenge from within. The hens.
Yes. Napoleon needs more grain, so he makes a contract to sell 400 eggs a week through Whymper.
But the hens protest. They say taking their eggs now is murder, It's their spring laying season.
They stage a rebellion, fly up to the rafters, and lay their eggs so they smash on the floor.
How does Napoleon respond to this defiance?
Ruthlessly. He orders the hens' rations stopped completely, decrees that any animal giving them even a single grain of corn will be punished by death.
Starving them into submission.
Exactly. The dogs enforce it. The hens hold out for 5 days, but then give in. 9 hens die in the process.
In the official story.
They died of coccidiosis, another lie to cover up the regime's brutality. This isn't just about eggs, it's about crushing any resistance, however small.
It shows there's no mercy for dissenters.
Yeah.
And the scapegoating of Snowball just escalates.
Oh, it becomes constant. Anything that goes wrong, a broken window, a blocked drain, even a lost key, it's blamed on Snowball.
He becomes this invisible menace, supposedly sneaking onto the farm at night.
Napoleon even stages these dramatic investigations, pretending to sniff out Snowball's tracks everywhere. It keeps everyone fearful, paranoid. Who might be helping Snowball?
And this constant fear-mongering leads to maybe the most terrifying part of the book, the Great Purge.
It's truly shocking. Squealer gathers the animals and makes this incredible announcement.
That Snowball was in league with Jones.
From the very start. That he was Jones's secret agent all along. Even the Battle of the Cowshed, supposedly, was part of Snowball's plot to get them defeated.
But Boxer, loyal Boxer, he questions it. He remembers Snowball fighting bravely.
He does, initially. I do not believe that Snowball was a traitor at the beginning, he says, but Squealer is ready.
He paints this incredibly vivid but completely false picture of the battle, claiming Napoleon was the real hero, charging Jones, biting his leg.
And he says they have secret documents found since Snowball fled, proving his treachery. Then he delivers the chilling line. Napoleon knows that Snowball's secret agents are lurking among us at this moment.
Turning them against each other, creating an atmosphere of terror and suspicion.
Exactly. And it sets the stage for what happens next. Napoleon emerges, wearing his medals, flanked by his dogs. He demands that any animal who has anything to confess step forward.
And they do. 4 pigs, the ones who had protested when Napoleon abolished the meetings.
They confess to collaborating with Snowball, plotting against Napoleon. Then 3 hens, the leaders of the egg rebellion, confess. A goose, some sheep.
Are these real confessions?
It seems they're forced, extracted under terror, because immediately after they confess, the dogs tear their throats out.
It's a bloodbath, right there in front of everyone.
Horrific. The pile of corpses grows, bloodshed unknown there since the expulsion of Jones. The air is thick with the smell of blood and fear.
Clover, watching this. Her thoughts are so poignant. Looking out over the farm, she thinks.
This was not what they had aimed at when they had set themselves years ago to work for the overthrow of the human race. It's the moment of profound disillusionment. The dream is dead.
And right after this terror, they target the symbols again.
Squealer announces that Beasts of England has been abolished.
Why?
He claims the song was about the rebellion, but the rebellion is now completed with the execution of the traitors. The society they dreamed of has arrived, so the song has no longer any purpose.
Replacing a song of hope with...
A new song by Minimus, the pig poet, starts, Animal farm, never through me shalt thou come to harm. It's less inspiring, more about loyalty to the current state.
It's erasing the past, erasing the original dream.
Completely, and alongside that, the commandments on the wall start changing. Subtly.
Animals think they remember them differently, but they can't be sure.
Like commandment number 6, it used to be, no animal shall kill any other animal. But now, somehow it reads, no animal shall kill any other animal without cause.
Ah, justifying the executions after the fact.
Precisely. And the pigs are living more and more like humans, moving into the farmhouse, sleeping in beds, another commandment broken, or rather amended. No animal shall sleep in a bed with sheets.
Eating in the kitchen, using the drawing room, wearing clothes. Oh, wait, not clothes yet, but getting luxuries.
Eating from the Crown Derby dinner service found in the house, and celebrating Napoleon's birthday by firing the gun.
The cult of Napoleon grows stronger and stronger.
Absolutely. He's given grand titles. Father of all animals, terror of mankind, protector of the sheepfold, duckling's friend.
It's almost comical if it weren't so sinister.
Squealer gives these tearful speeches about Napoleon's wisdom, his love for all animals. Minimus writes that poem, Comrade Napoleon, which gets inscribed on the barn wall opposite the commandments with a big portrait of Napoleon above it.
Attributing every success, every good thing directly to him.
Total personality cult.
Yeah.
He's infallible. And then the second windmill is finally finished. Hard, back-breaking work.
And it's named.
Napoleon Mill, of course.
But then comes another disaster related to dealing with humans, the timber deal.
Yes. Napoleon needs cash. He has a pile of seasoned timber to sell. He plays Pilkington and Frederick, the neighboring farmers, against each other.
Pretends to be friendly with Pilkington while secretly agreeing to sell to Frederick, but he insists on cash payment.
Frederick pays, the timber is hauled away. Napoleon holds the banknotes proudly. But then...
The notes are forgeries. Worthless. Frederick got the timber for nothing.
Napoleon is furious. Pronounces a death sentence on Frederick. Prepares for an attack.
Then Frederick attacks. With 15 men, half a dozen guns.
They drive the animals back, and Frederick's men place blasting powder at the base of the windmill.
And they blow it up. Completely destroy it. All that work. Again. Gone.
Utterly destroyed. The animals are enraged. They counterattack with incredible ferocity despite the guns.
Many are wounded. Boxer's bleeding from his leg, pellets under his skin. A cow, 3 sheep, 2 geese are killed.
It's a brutal fight. They drive the humans off eventually, but the cost is huge. The windmill is gone.
But how does Squealer present this?
As a great victory. He fires the gun, gives speeches. Why a victory? Because they drove the enemy off their sacred soil. We have won back what we had before.
Even though the windmill, the thing they fought over, is gone.
That detail is glossed over. It's pure spin. Boxer, though, lying injured, questions it. What victory? He knows the cost. He's starting to feel his age, his strength failing.
This constant redefinition of reality must be so disorienting.
It completely undermines their ability to judge things for themselves. And right after this victory, the pigs find a case of whiskey in the farmhouse cellar.
Uh-oh.
That night, loud singing and crashing sounds come from the farmhouse. Next day, the pigs look unwell. Squealer announces Napoleon is dying.
From drinking too much whiskey.
Presumably. A decree is issued reminding everyone that drinking alcohol is punishable by death, but Napoleon recovers. And then he buys booklets on brewing and distilling, and arranges to plant the paddock originally reserved for retired animals with barley.
For making beer. For the pigs.
Exactly. And soon after, Benjamin the donkey notices something. There's a broken ladder near the end wall of the barn where the commandments are written. Squealer is found sprawled beside it with a lantern, a paintbrush, and pot of white paint.
He fell while altering another commandment.
It seems so, because commandment number 5 now reads, "No animal shall drink alcohol to excess."
The hypocrisy is just blatant for anyone still paying attention like Benjamin.
But most aren't, or they can't afford to.
And so we move towards the final chilling transformation. Years go by.
Many years. Most of the animals who remembered the rebellion are dead. Jones is dead. Snowball is forgotten, except as a bogeyman. Boxer is dead.
We should probably mention Boxer's end briefly. It's so key. He collapses working on the windmill rebuild.
Napoleon arranges for him to be taken to the vet in Willingdon, but Benjamin reads the side of the van.
Alfred Simmons, horse slaughterer, and glue boiler.
They're sending him to the knacker's yard. Squealer, of course, spins a story about the van being bought from the knacker by the vet who hadn't repainted it yet, and claims Boxer died peacefully in hospital, praising Napoleon.
And the pigs buy another case of whiskey with the money they got for Boxer. It's the ultimate betrayal of the most loyal follower.
It truly is. So, years pass. Only a few like Clover, Benjamin, Moses the Raven, and the pigs remember the old days.
And the promise of retirement. Fields of clover, pensions.
Never happened. No animal has ever actually retired. It's just talk.
The farm itself is doing better, though, more prosperous.
Yes. It's better organized, enlarged. The windmill is finally working. But the wealth isn't shared.
Only the pigs and the dogs seem comfortable.
They live well. Squealer keeps reading out figures showing massive increases in production, often comparing it to Jones's time, which no one clearly remembers. He proves they have more oats, more hay, less fleas.
Statistics proving they're better off, even while their bellies are empty and they sleep on straw.
Exactly. And Benjamin sums up the unchanging reality. Hunger, hardship, and disappointment were the unalterable law of life. Life had never been, nor ever could be, much better or worse.
Such cynicism, but maybe realism too.
Yeah.
And then comes the moment that shatters everything, the ultimate visual shock.
Squealer takes the sheep away for a week, teaching them something new and secret. Then, one evening, the animals see a terrifying sight.
A pig walking on its hind legs.
Squealer, then other pigs. And finally, Napoleon himself emerges from the farmhouse, majestically upright, casting haughty glances from side to side.
And carrying a whip in his trotter.
The ultimate symbol of human oppression, now wielded by a pig. The transformation is complete.
The animals are absolutely stunned, silent. terrified, just as they might be thinking of protesting.
The sheep burst out with their new chants, 4 legs good, 2 legs better, 4 legs good, 2 legs better.
Drowning out all thought, all opposition once again. It's horrifying.
And Clover asks Benjamin to read the commandments on the wall for her. Her eyesight is failing.
And Benjamin, for once breaking his rule about not interfering, reads what's there. All the old commandments are gone.
Replaced by a single one.
All animals are equal, but some animals are more equal than others.
The final, cynical justification for tyranny. The core principle of the revolution, utterly inverted and enshrined as law.
And after that, the pigs fully embrace human ways.
They start wearing clothes found in Jones's wardrobes. Napoleon wears a black coat and gaiters. His favorite sow wears Mrs. Jones's silk dress.
They buy a wireless radio, plan to install a telephone, subscribe to newspapers, smoke pipes, play cards.
They've become indistinguishable from the humans they overthrew. And this leads to that final, devastating scene.
A deputation of human farmers comes to visit, inspect the farm.
They have dinner with the pigs in the farmhouse. The ordinary animals creep up and look through the window.
They hear Mr. Pilkington making a speech, toasting Animal Farm's success.
And he praises the discipline, the orderliness he's seen. He notes approvingly the low rations, the long working hours, and the general absence of pampering on Animal Farm. He says he intends to introduce these methods on his own farm.
Chilling. He even makes a joke.
If you have your lower animals to contend with, he says, we have our lower classes, acknowledging their shared interest in keeping their respective lower orders down.
It's a complete alliance between the new oppressors and the old.
Exactly. And Napoleon makes a speech, too, announcing more changes.
No more calling each other comrade. That's abolished.
Old Major's skull buried again. The flag, just plain green now. The white hoof and horn removed.
And the name.
The farm is no longer Animal Farm. Its name is being restored. The Manor Farm.
Back to the beginning. Erasing the revolution entirely.
Every last trace. And as the pigs and humans play cards, laugh, drink, an argument breaks out. Napoleon and Pilkington have both played an ace of spades simultaneously.
Cheating each other.
Shouting, faces distorted with anger, and the animals looking in from outside.
The creatures outside look from pig to man, and from man to pig, and from pig to man again.
But already it was impossible to say which was which.
Wow. The revolution has come full circle. The pigs have become the humans they fought against. Indistinguishable.
A truly devastating ending.
So what does this all mean? Our deep dive into Animal Farm, just using the text, shows this tragic path, doesn't it? From this incredible dream of freedom and equality.
Right back to tyranny. But a new tyranny, wearing a different face initially, before becoming identical to the old one.
It's such a profound look at how power corrupts, how easily truth can be manipulated, history rewritten.
And how collective memory can just fade or be deliberately erased.
Which leaves us, and you listening, with a pretty important question, I think. Given how blurry that line became between pig and man, between the oppressed and the oppressor, once power took hold, how do you spot those shifting faces of power in the world around you? And maybe more importantly, how do you hold on to the ideals you care about, like equality or truth, when narratives are constantly being spun and manipulated?
That's the enduring challenge the book leaves us with, isn't it? Something to really think about.